Okay, that's a
So
big
that-
old fucking
that
spike
should-
right there, boys.
Spike,
That
yeah.
should potentially line everything up properly.
Oh, we're so lined up right now.
I'm as lined up as a freaking line.
Welcome to the Casual Panic Podcast, everybody.
Oh my god.
My name's Austin. Most people call me Duffy. We got Jason here. We got Justin here. The original normal crew that you normally see doing this podcast. from 3
OG boys,
Yeah, we-
Joda's back.
We heard about how much you hated the last guy, so we had to let him go.
So Joda's back from vacation, aka work in a different city. Actually,
Yep.
is that why? No, I just wasn't here for. I wasn't even in Saratoga.
I don't
when
even know
did
what you
that.
were doing. You were just like, yeah, I can't do it, guys. Sorry.
I was working from 3 to 11 all last week, so I was just like, it was just busy when you guys were free.
So
Yeah,
you had,
I mean,
you had
that
no
happens.
time for us.
Yeah, I make time for people that I love, like all of our adoring fans.
You're being mean.
You be mean.
You're being real mean. Okay, so
Wait, before we start the
here.
episode, I want to just give a huge shout out to my boy Bladel, aka Rob Nodick. He's my best friend. He's one of the best warriors on World of Warcraft.
Yeah, we're gonna cut that
Hey,
out.
good job.
You definitely aren't.
No,
Keep up the good work.
no, we're cutting that out.
Nope.
Jason, when you edit this, cut this out.
I'm gonna edit this one. Bladel and Bobbert for life.
So, okay. So, anyways,
Video games.
Video games.
video games. Real quick, I know it's early in the announcements, but I was watching stuff on Outriders, and it looks kind of fun. Looks a little bit like Destiny, but it looks kind of fun.
It looks like I haven't seen that much, but
Is
it
that the
looks
one
like
that looks like Remnant?
there's literally a screenshot on their website that looks. I thought it was a Destiny screenshot.
Yeah, it's like 3 people.
It's 3
It
people,
looks like
and they all look like Destiny characters.
Yeah, it's literally
It's crazy.
literally, yeah, this is the game that I saw the gameplay for it, and it looks exactly like Remnant, which is a game we need to get back to, guys.
No, that's okay.
All right, Duffy, me and you need to get back into Remnant.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with whatever. Yeah, sure, why not? Whatever. That's
Yeah,
fine by me. We'll do that at some point. This episode is starting off really well. We're discussing things very well. I'm really proud of us.
I am so proud. Shut the fuck up. We should not talk about Outriders because it doesn't come out for so long.
How
Yeah,
long
we
is
not
it?
hardly
till
know
holiday
anything about it.
2020. Well, we know it looks like Destiny and Remnant combined with each other and might be fun. That's about all we know.
Yeah, but if there's anything that I've learned over the past, 27 years of my life, is that when something looks good, I'm just super pessimistic about it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we already bashed it in the last episode of Corey, so we know. Anthem
Yeah.
is definitely it. Yeah, and so I get it. A lot of games have burned people recently, so it's definitely an issue. You know what's actually been a game that's been doing better? I've been having fun with it again. Jason, you and I and Corey have been playing a lot of Apex.
Yes, sir.
Like, we cooled off of it for a while, but it's been really fun again. I'm enjoying it.
Isn't
Yeah.
there duos now for that?
Yeah, well, I don't know if it's permanent because we've been
I
playing
kind
it
of
and I love it.
Yeah.
I know. My only complaint about Apex is that they make it so that you can only play threes. I know that was supposed to make them unique, but I hate it. I don't
Yeah.
like it.
I
We
think-
always have a fourth, or there's only
Yeah.
2 of us, and it gets really annoying.
I think there's always been, because their game is based around, like, the different characters, so it's like, they want you to have, like, with 3 people, you can kind of get away with a bunch of different kinds of, what's the word I'm looking for? Compositions? Is that the right word?
Team comps, yeah?
Yeah, but, like, if it was, like, a singles or duos, people are going to find, like, there are definitely characters in that game that work better as a single person than as a team.
But I mean, that's fine. Then whoever wants to play solo, go ahead and play it. I don't care. I'm
Yeah.
probably not going to play it that much. I'm there to
Sure.
play with friends. So I'm like, just give me duos, 3s, and 4s. Like, that's all I want.
I want to
problem
see.
is
I
we
want
don't
to see
get that.
tens.
30 on 30 Fortnite.
No,
No,
I'm saying like
no.
like 10 teams of 10.
That'd be interesting. It's like
It would
almost
be
like
a
a small battalion
fucking-
versus another small battalion.
It'd be a clusterfuck, but I would love it.
Let's just make our own game called Battalion. Battalion Royale.
Casual battalion.
Then can we make Italian Royale?
Oh, speaking of Fortnite, I don't know, or I guess just battle royales in general. My buddy's over last night. Shout out Talon. And he's
Stop
like
shouting people out. They don't need it.
They do. Well, he showed me this game.
Talon.
It's about games, so fuck you. He's like, yo. He's like, have you played Tiny Royale yet? I was like, what the fuck is Tiny Royale? He's like, all right, watch the notification you're gonna get. And it's like on Snapchat. He's like, it's like Talon's playing Tiny Royale. So I was like, okay. And it's literally a Fortnite battle royale on your phone on Snapchat.
How does that even work?
It's like an isometric, like twin stick shooter. So you move the left stick they have on there, and you shoot the right one. The matches only last like a few minutes. Like it's not like a long thing, but it was kind of well made for what it is.
And that's through Snapchat?
Yeah.
Jeez.
And I was like, this is like the same thing as how we were saying, like somehow Fortnite has transcended past a single game and become this like, artificial intelligent being that is just pushing itself into every medium possible.
Yeah, I mean, we always give it the credit of like it did really well on a marketing and financial success, so it makes sense that they try to push all those boundaries. But I did not expect Snapchat to be the place they'd go.
Yeah, I feel like it's more infectious than the coronavirus at this point.
I don't know. That thing's pretty good at being infectious.
There's a lot of people who have died playing Fortnite.
Jesus. Oh
my god.
Gotcha.
But yeah,
the old dick twist.
Jesus. Grab his dick. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to try out Tiny Royale, but I have been enjoying Apex. It's been fun again. I stopped playing it for a while because having an original Xbox One kind of felt like it wasn't working well with the game for a moment. Something about the frames or the way that it just was functioning felt sort of not great, and I wanted to start playing it on PC, but I kind of want them to figure out the cross-platform stuff since I've already like gotten a lot of stuff in my Xbox account.
Yeah.
Oh, like
So
shared accounts, but you play against people on because I feel like if you're playing against someone on PC that's playing on console, like
oh yeah, sorry.
I'm glad that Call of Duty did all of that cross-platform stuff, but it's so hard to play against a PC player if you're on the console.
Yeah,
sure.
and I guess I meant more the shared accounts rather than cross.
Like Destiny. Like Destiny has the shared accounts.
Yeah, that's all I want,
Yeah.
and just be able to switch over. Like it should be doable with.
I think GoDubs
EA
has
account.
that too, right? I think.
I don't.
Because isn't it just your
know.
Blizzard account
Wait, for what game?
Be.
for Overwatch?
No, they're not shared as far as
Yeah.
I know.
From what
I play on
remember-
both consoles or both platforms, and I have different
Yeah,
stuff
it's a separate
on both
account.
ones. Yeah.
See, it's weird because they link a lot of things
Unfortunately.
to your account, but then it's two separate
'Cause I don't-
accounts. It's
Yeah,
weird.
I don't think that on PC you go through your Battle.net account. I don't think you actually sign into your Battle.net on Xbox or PS4.
No, you just make an account.
Yeah.
But that's why but you do have an EA account tied to like Apex, and you still might have a Blizzard account tied to Overwatch. It's just they didn't want to do it because I'm sure it's just easier to just let people make separate accounts on Blizzard's end.
And when people go and make an account on PC, they're like, "Hey, now you can buy all that stuff again that you
Exactly.
got."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm worried about with Apex, and I want to play it on PC because I know, Jason, you're working on building yours and all that, so I'd love to, play it on there and have fun with it.
Well, that's the thing with Siege too, is it's like, if it goes on sale, maybe I'll pick it up on PC just to have it, but it's like,
It's a lot of fun on PC.
there's no way I'm switching to PC after all this freaking work on Xbox. Like,
I have it on
That's the
PC, but I
thing.
haven't spent nearly as much money on getting all the characters. I think I'm
Right.
still
I
missing like the
only-
year 3 operators on PC.
Yeah, and I only spent... I made sure to buy it when it was on sale and like all bundled, so I got like different years combined together. I still have not touched it as much.
I kind of wish that they, instead of doing the whole battle pass thing, like had some sort of catch up thing. So like if you wanted to buy all the operators, you're not spending like $120 on the game to get everybody. Like,
well, they kind of have something like that a little bit. So a couple of seasons ago, they made it so that earlier operators that were introduced. So basically, like Blackbeard and Valkyrie, instead of costing 25K, they now cost like 10K.
So
because
that was
they were
with
one of the
Renown,
first.
though, right? Like the in-game
With
currency.
Renown, yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying like if I bought the game, like say I'm a new person coming to play the game, and I wanted to just buy all the operators, wouldn't I have to spend like $20 for each season?
Yeah, unless you get
Still-
like the complete edition, which I think in itself, when it's not on sale, can be close to $100.
Yeah, that's insane. I think that
So
every
that's
time
weird,
they come
though.
up with a new season, they should make at least the operators from not the last season, but the ones before that free.
it's tough because they ride a fine line though, because they don't want to have like a Destiny moment where they then like I bought Destiny for like $80 that gave me 2 whole expansions with it, while everyone else had to spend like $140
Yeah.
because I waited long enough to get it.
Well,
and I
that's the
went,
thing
"Oh,
is
this-"
that
and-
but the people who spent that much money, they paid that over like 3 or 4 years.
yeah, but
I
I'm
would
saying,
rather
like,
I would rather spend that much money if I was actively playing a game. I would spend the money like when I play World of Warcraft. Every new expansion that comes out is another $50, $60, $80 depending on which one you buy. But as soon as the next one comes out, the base game costs the same for all the expansions up to the new one. You're paying for the new content up front.
Yeah, I get that. That was just like one of the things that I find becomes a really fine line to walk on, because you're going to have those people that have dedicated so much time and they're like, well, if I just put all this time into the game, what am I getting for it? That's
Right,
going
but that
to
person
benefit
but
me?
that person spent the money and got to play with those characters for 6 months. This new person coming in, why should they be punished? They're trying to play the game. Why should they be
Well,
stuck
that's
to
the
playing
thing.
as the same 3
Well,
operators?
But it's not that they're being punished. I mean, as someone that plays Siege, if I watch someone come in, they're like, "Oh, I only had to spend $80 and I got everything that you spent way more money on," I'd be like, "Well, that doesn't sound fair." I understand from a business standpoint it might help, but also from a business perspective,
I don't.
you wanna get as much money for
wouldn't
the
see
stuff
it that
you
way.
can.
Like if I like the same thing. Like if I spent $180 on a game over the course of 5 years because I wanted to keep playing the newest stuff all the time, and then my friend was like, "Hey, I really want to play this game," and they spent $60 and got everything, I'd be like, "Yeah, that makes sense because you weren't able to play as them when they came out, so
yeah,
it
I'm
should
not
be available to you
disagreeing.
to play as everything."
I'm not disagreeing doing discounts. I was trying to make the point that there's a fine line of like how much you discount it by that becomes really difficult. That's where it becomes tough because people are going to feel like they've been treated differently because they did care about the like.
But I
there's
disagree.
people that care about the game.
I think that's speculation, though. Like, I don't think people are actually mad about.
I
when
think
that
you're
happens.
speculation.
I think it's all speculation.
Life is a lie.
We're
Let's
in the
put out a
Matrix.
survey on our Twitter.
But
We
I'm
have a
not fully
Twitter?
disagreeing with you. Well, we do. We have like no followers though.
I think it's
We're
all
not
us.
good-
Follow
we're
us
not
on
good
Twitter,
tweeters.
please. We're dying. We need food.
Yeah, we need help on the twatter.
Wow. I'm telling Zaheda.
What?
I said it's basically a made up word. What I said.
Uh-huh.
Were we talking about Apex?
Yeah, but you've talked about Siege now. And we have to talk about. Their
Talk
new
about Siege in
announcements.
every single podcast.
Here
Yeah, 'cause we
now.
play it a lot.
It's the
new
most
on
important game.
6. Let's just rebrand this to like, I don't know, Siegecast or something. Like-
No. We just always have a segment in the episode that briefly talks about it. So here we go. I'm literally going to set a timer for us. We have 3 minutes.
Let's
We're
talk
gonna
about
have
the new
3
characters
minutes.
then. Go.
Yana.
What's Yeda and Oryx? Oryx? Onyx? No, Oryx,
Oryx.
from Destiny.
Oryx and Yana.
Wait, is his name Oryx?
Oryx.
Oh, that's the guy
Yeah.
from Destiny. Okay.
Like Oryx,
Yeah.
but with syllables for some reason.
Orcs.
Yeah. So here's how I feel about it. I think they both look cool. Yana just looks like an attacker that's basically Alibi on steroids with a
And
cool hologram
Oryx
that
is
moves like
just
you.
Juggernaut from X-Men.
Yes,
Or
exactly.
Kool-Aid Man.
They both look like they're going to be useful and actually game changing in some sense. I think Oryx more so. I think Iana is going to be cool to get people to waste their gadgets and equipment, so it's going to be interesting. I'm honestly, I was totally cool with their announcements for the characters.
Cover me, I'm reloading. Okay.
Let's just see how much of the timer Laux just wasted.
That's ripe.
But what I'm more interested in is the changes that they're bringing to existing stuff. They're reworking two maps.
Tachanka.
He's actually going to be
he seems like he's going to be as a
fucking
Maestro
monster.
Main, I am kind of excited about it because it's like, wow, like that they're actually, he's keeping his what makes him Tachanka, but now it's like the whole problem with Tachanka from the beginning was this whole like, I'm stuck in one corner, like if I use this turret I literally have to stay like basically be a sitting duck for the enemy, and it's like now he still has the power of the turret in his hands, but he's mobile and he has a flame grenade launcher because they said fuck it, why not?
Yeah, and it looks interesting, it looks fun.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see how it goes, and then Lord Tachanka is coming back. We're gonna see what happens, dude.
It's the second coming.
Yeah, and they made changes with the droning system. They made changes with like Twitch's drone, so that all looks
recruits
exciting.
are being updated as well because now there's so many new guns.
So
now
they're adding
like,
the guns to the recruits?
Yeah, so like I saw a thing that like the recruit can use like Dokebi's gun, which I think is kind of funny, but
her shotgun or the other one?
It was the DMR.
Oh, okay. The Eber. Is it an Eber? I think it's an Eber.
I don't know.
It might be. But yeah, I think they look fun. The only thing that gets me really angry and really sad is they are basically making Legion useless.
I
don't
said
know
it
if
before.
you saw this, Laux.
Go ahead, Laux.
Well, no, I was going to say, Hoda, I don't know if you saw. I have 20 seconds of the timer. They've basically made it so his little goo mines you can't actually visibly see across the map. You have to be near it now and have visibility on it to see it getting if someone runs over it, and it doesn't do damage on the first hit, which really screws over the entire character. In my opinion.
So
there's time. No more siege talk. Stop it now.
Going off.
What?
That's it. You're done. That was 3 minutes.
What were we talking about? I forgot what game. Was it even a game we're talking about?
No, I'll let Jason. You have 20 seconds. Go. What were your final notes?
Okay, I was just gonna say I think that Legion
15.
All right.
10 seconds, Mr. Marsh.
No, go ahead, Jason.
No, I'm just gonna say that I agree that Legion needed a nerf. I think that it was a little bit too much, but I do think that it was well deserved because he is one of the strongest defenders in the game right now, and he's he was tough. I mean, the initial damage thing was a fair enough thing to get rid of. To make it so that he's less of an intel op now. I mean, I don't really know where you'd place him now. It's like he's not really an intel op. Now I guess the thing is like now you have to play him more smart. I guess like you just have to be more self-aware.
No, all I'm gonna do is find one doorway, put all my traps on that doorway so I can see it, and then just shoot whoever steps on 70 traps. That's all I'm gonna do.
I mean, the point to an intel op isn't necessarily to get the kill. It's more of to let your teammates know where someone is.
But that's the whole thing is I didn't care about any of the other changes except for the visibility issue that they brought up. They now made it that you have to be able to see it down the hall or by the doorway. Like you have to have a line of sight to even know if it's there and if it's gone. And I think that completely messes up the whole point of the character. I don't even care if it was a damage thing. Like it could have just been sort of like what's her face who just got buffed. Why am I forgetting names?
Ella?
I just forgot Ella, yeah. It could have been like Ella's thing where it doesn't actually do damage, but maybe it stuns in some fashion or does something. I don't care if they take away the damage.
Stun,
sort of. It's
Very
not the
much
same.
so.
Like what?
Very much so. You get a movement penalty and you get the whole distortion in the face, and if you don't take it out, you also take damage.
But it doesn't create like when I've gotten hit by one of those, I can still stand my ground.
It's been a lot longer than the allotted time.
So what are we talking about?
I don't. Well,
That's my
it's
final
good
note.
conversation. Is just all it is. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Again, my final note is I think it was I think it was coming. I think it's something that he needed, but it may have been a little bit too much, and that much I can agree with.
Yeah, they overdid the nerf, and that's what I'm mad about. And I want my money back for the elite skin because I don't even feel like I'm going to use him that much now because it ruins it. Like he had good weapons and stuff, but now it's like his intel opportunity's all gone. Like the whole point is to know like, oh, they're at those stairs over there. Let's push them. I don't care if it does damage. I used it for the intel, so that really sucks. But that's all. What else do we want to talk about? Because we talk about Siege too much.
Are there any other games besides Siege that exist?
No.
My puppy's here. Hi, Rooney. Want to say hi to Casual Panic listeners? No? Okay. He's shy.
Okay. Hi, Rooney. Bye, Rooney.
He's still here, but it's okay.
I mean, what other big news we got going on? I want to talk about Outriders a little bit. We did. Doesn't really matter much more about that one. PlayStation has been really weird with their pricing for the PS5 when it
Did
comes
they
out.
release the price?
So what does
already?
that mean?
Like, there was one report that I read saying that they were going to go for like $470.
Okay. It's a
Which
weird
is a
price,
weird-
but I guess
Yeah.
But I mean that's reasonable, I think.
I think they're trying to like compete with whatever the Xbox Series X is going to be like, and
Yeah,
they
but
don't
nobody
know
knows
what
what that's going
say.
to cost yet unless they have spies on the inside.
Well, that's the thing is like I feel like PlayStation kind of screwed themselves a little bit by being like we're going to give our pricing first, because the problem their costs to make them has been really weird too. Because Bloomberg is saying that the system currently costs like $450 to make, and if they're only going for a $20 difference, that's pretty hard to make some money on. Granted, they sell millions of consoles, so it's not like it doesn't add up. But you know, like it's kind of weird that they wouldn't go for like 500 or something like that. Like the PS4 Pro is like what, 400?
I thought I don't
cheaper
know.
right now. I don't know exactly. I think it might be a bit cheaper now. I don't know exactly.
Yeah, but like there's been this whole weird thing where it's like it's costing them more than they expected. I don't, or just the way that they're trying to price it is very confusing because I don't think they even know what they want to price it.
Isn't it insane that like when a console comes out and it's like $600, people go fucking nuts. But when an iPhone comes out and it's $1,500, everyone's like, "Yeah, that's fair."
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. I did. I went
what?
laptop shopping over the holidays. And I was like, I don't even want to look at a computer that's like below a certain price.
Yeah,
point.
people shit on consoles a lot, but it's like if you don't have the money to buy a PC, that's a way better option. Just buy a console.
That's a great deal. That's a great deal. Like I feel like nowadays, like I would agree that back in the day, before like Bitcoin mining and all that stuff, I would probably agree. Maybe like 5 years ago, it was probably really worth it to build your own PC because you could get like better performance by spending only a little bit more. But now to reach like better performance than consoles, it requires a lot more money. Like, I mean, I'm going through it right now, and it's like, you know, my PC build is a little bit on the high. Like, I wouldn't say it's like crazy, but you know, I didn't settle for 1080. I want a game at 1440, like whatever. But even just a 1080, like you still have to spend a good deal of money to actually.
I think just my PC, like just the tower, cost me like $850. Yeah. Well, I guess I bought a new graphics card and like stuff, so I'll probably say $900 total. I put into that like $1,000.
Right.
Like, I play games at 1080. I can't play games at 4K or, you know.
Now,
but
keep in mind
like,
that's also you put that together yourself too.
Right.
And
yeah, I built.
so,
my friend Joe helped me, but yeah.
Like when I was in college, my friend helped me build my computer, and I did a price point of I do not want to spend more than like $1,000, and I was like, even that was like, oh geez, that's a lot to like spend on, you know, technology right now. But if you were to take the computer I made and had a company make it and sell it to you, that's more like a $1,700 computer.
Yeah, I mean there are some places that will build it for you for like $100, which is reasonable. It's a reasonable price for someone to buy it for. But yeah, if you're buying like a pre-built PC from Alienware or whatever, you're looking at spending an extra $500 just because they put their logo on it.
And they're pretty misleading.
And it gets crazy.
Too. There's so many details.
I tell all my friends, if they think they're going to buy a pre-built PC, one, don't. Like, at least go to the place that's going to build it for you, but it only costs like $99, and pick all your own parts. Because, like, oh man, my buddy, he just bought a new computer, Bladel, aka Rob. He threw down some serious cash on a computer, and that shit is, like, amazing. But if he'd spent that same amount on a laptop or, like, a pre-built PC, it would be, like, my computer.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's where, but so I think something to consider though with like the console stuff versus all of this too is I think the reaction from people about it has a lot to do with like the level of gaming they want to do. So I think the best way to compare it is like, you know, let's say you want to start playing soccer. You don't play it every day, but you maybe want to play in a Sunday league. You don't want to spend $250 on a pair of cleats if you're just looking to play casually. Whereas you could go to a place and find a pair of cleats for, you know, $100, a third of the price. And I think that's where there's a mentality with a lot of these people. Like, I think the three of us fall in the realm of we like to game, we do it a lot. It's how we all know each other as really good friends. It's why we do it. And so we're not bothered by someone being like, this is how much it costs. Because we understand the PC pricing world. Yeah. We understand all the other tech. And we're involved in it enough to know that. But if you're someone that just wants to casually game, you're going to be like, you want me to spend $500? It only cost me like $300 for the one I got, you know, like 5-10 years ago. And it's going to be that much more. And I think there's a mentality behind it where people are like, why should I be spending closer to $1,000 for something that isn't a computer? Like, they're probably going to be like, I might as well buy a computer at that point, which, you know, Microsoft doesn't care because you'll be using Microsoft either way. They want to make a realm where you can use both interchangeably at some point. But I can see why, like, consumers and certain customers are going to be like, ooh, I better not go over 500 or else I'll be a very angry person.
You're an angry elf.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, the other cost to a console is also, like, you know, there's the TV that goes to it. Like, I remember when I bought my Xbox One X, I was gaming on a 1080 TV, and I was like, oh, well, I got the X, so, like, maybe I should get a 4K. So I did buy a 4K shortly after buying the X. So there's that cost as well.
But most people already have a TV. Not everyone has a computer monitor laying around their house.
Right. So, I mean, it's... Yeah.
And they're not going to change everything
people bash consoles,
just for that.
People bash consoles a little too much. It's like, I've been gaming on them for years. You know, I've had a good buddy of mine switch to... He didn't switch to PC. He still plays with us. But it's like... I don't really... The whole console wars versus PC thing, I mean, some people are more fortunate that they got into the PC thing early before
like
things started getting
like me,
expensive.
I do both. Why can't I do both?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Is it's like, you have these stupid console wars. Like, okay, someone who games, like, most games exclusively on Xbox right now, I will say PlayStation has had some killer exclusives. I mean, they've made, like...
Oh, yeah.
They've made Game of the Year and stuff. Like, obviously they did, but... I've been with Xbox for so long, I'm not going to just switch now to fucking PlayStation. Like,
if I could, I would buy I would have a PC and Xbox and a PS5 or PS4, but I'm just really poor.
And so a Switch.
Yeah, and the Switch. And the Switch is honestly a really great console.
I have a Switch, yeah.
Even though it doesn't have, like, the power behind the Xbox
and
the
hold up.
And stuff.
Let's talk about the Switch for a second. Did you see what Nintendo said?
Is it the airport thing?
No.
Okay.
No, well, I saw that too that you posted, but Nintendo was straight up just like, yeah, we're going to have hentai games on our thing, and they're going to be uncensored. Boobies for everybody.
Wait, what?
Yeah. They're like, yeah, we're not going to censor any hentai games you put on Switch.
I mean, they're probably going to age gate it pretty well, I would hope.
Yeah, they'll be rated M or fucking adults only or whatever, but get to see some big fucking animu titties.
Yeah, on your little small Switch, and you're going to be like, oh,
I'll put it on my TV.
Jesus Christ.
Wait, no, I'm not going to actually buy the games. Wait, hold on.
Yeah, no, cool for them, I guess. I don't really care.
Well, because Sony, they came out with them, but they just censored everything. or didn't let them have them at all, and so did Steam. But
Damn it! Damn you,
Nintendo,
Sony!
like, hold on, but like Steam and Sony, who have had games where people get their fucking shit torn out of their mouth.
Okay, yeah.
They're like, nope, boobies are crossing the line. And then Nintendo, who's like, yeah, Mario and Raving Rabbids and children's games, is like,
yeah.
Oh yeah, tits? We love tits.
I love the way you kind of make it sound like you're going through like the Nintendo store on your Switch. You're like, oh, yeah, we got Mario, we got Rabbids, some Zelda, fucking tits. Wait a second,
Fucking tits.
Wait a second. Yeah, it's weird that they're cool with it, but also I'm not.
It's Japan. They love titties.
I'm indifferent about it all. Like, I don't really care. It's not like I'm going to be getting that stuff, but it's like if someone wants to play that, let them play it, I guess. And if someone put the time in to make a game, I guess let them sell it. Just, they'll probably put the proper labeling on it to be like, you need to be an adult to get this.
Well, I mean, what parents
but,
nowadays actually care about what the ESRB ratings are? All they do is complain that these games are bad for us and they're rotting our minds and they're causing us to go on killing sprees while I'm over here trying to take care of my dog in Minecraft.
Okay, Boomer.
What?
Yo, I told you guys I owned a Boomer on the RIT page on Facebook today. Still haven't gotten a response, but we'll see.
Yeah, I'm so proud of you. You're really showing them what it's all about. You're a political force of nature.
Yeah, damn old people trying to get in my education.
Yeah.
Hey,
what were we talking about before?
Boomer, leave us kids alone.
Oh, okay. Wait, I have a quick question. I don't
nope.
remember if we talked about this in the last episode with Corey, but did you guys know that Sonic was already in theaters?
Yeah, I just never had any interest in seeing it in the first place. So
I had no idea that it actually released in theaters. I kept thinking it was just more clips and stuff of them being like, coming soon. Don't forget, we fixed the look of Sonic. And I was like, wait, this is out already?
Yep.
So, that
surprised
me. That was about it. I was totally like, wait, this is out already?
Yeah, it is.
I've been hearing
Next
that,
question.
It's a good Sonic
next
movie.
question.
Gotta go fast.
Next question. Gotta go faster.
Also, I've actually been seeing more articles come out that were talking about something we were covering in the last episode about what's like the age of gaming's like big overhaul kind of going on, where companies are finally being like, we're gonna fix all of these games. They're all trying to do their own No Man's Sky moment with Anthem and State of Decay 2 and all of that. And I found that really interesting. People are like, yep, we all want to do it now.
It's like they realized that making shitty games isn't a good business model.
You would think so, right? So, yeah I don't know. It was just one of those things where I was very surprised by it. But yeah, I don't know. I was kind of baffled by that stuff kind of being an issue. Also, wait, quick side note.
Jason died.
Jason died. Hold on. Jason just goes, fuck, issues on my computer, and just stopped doing stuff, and your response to him was, fuck you?
Well, no, he said, quote, fuck, issues, I got cut. And I said, fuck you.
That doesn't fix the context of how you decided to just say fuck.
I know, but you made him sound a lot more verbose, a lot more eloquent in his speech.
I'm back.
Fair.
Oh,
hey!
He's yay.
Oh my fucking god.
Are you recording yourself again?
So, I don't know what happened, dude. The computer it went into sleep, and I was like, oh, okay, I'll just shake the mouse a little bit, because that's usually what happens when it does that.
I did
and
the
I
same
was
thing
like,
with my
actually,
penis.
I don't care that you're shaking the mouse. I'm just gonna go to sleep. I'm just gonna go to sleep.
Wait, are you recording again right now, or am I talking to myself?
Now, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I just said I did the same thing with my penis with no context whatsoever. And I'm kind of hoping that's the case because it'll be a lot funnier on the podcast.
Yeah. I usually just, that goes right over my head. I just let that pass by and I don't respond.
My penis?
Fuck. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah.
No, I can't let that one go unnoticed. Fuck you, Laux. That doesn't work. Stop that.
I love you guys.
No, you don't.
No.
Also, I can't wait for my food to get here. I got a fucking chicken Caesar wrap with fries from
Did you
Duff's
actually
Duff's
order the
Famous
food
Wings.
while we're okay?
Mm-hmm. We've been at this for 35 minutes already.
Yeah, we usually do an hour.
Yeah, I mean, we'll be cutting it close, but if I have to get up and go answer the door real quick, I'm sure you guys can talk about something without me.
I don't have that capability.
I know I'm the most entertaining person on this podcast, but I think you guys can manage for like 15 seconds without me.
Well, we can just cut to me and Duffy doing a musical duet of All Star.
All right, that's the Casual Can't Panic podcast. Thanks for listening, guys. We will.
No, but we have to sing it like it's Country Roads because that's our favorite rendition.
Hey there.
Copyright.
You're an all-star. Get your game. Get it on.
Somebody once told me. We're not going to sing.
Hey. Duffy, you're the one that told me that Mark Hamill is going to play Vesemir in The Witcher.
Okay, hold on. I didn't say he was playing it. I said he got an official offer. He reportedly was offered the role of Vesemir, and I'm sure the entire internet is like, yes, please. Because he even said he would be interested in playing him. He didn't even know who the character was.
Well, that was the
so
thing.
He's just now learning.
Wow, what a fucking casual.
That's it. He's a casual. Get him on the show.
Yeah.
We gotta get him on the show.
If Mark Hamill ever came on our podcast, I would quit my job immediately.
I
would.
Wait, like if we got to the point where we were able to get Mark Hamill on our podcast, I would be like, we made it. We made it. I'm quitting my job. This is how we're gonna make our money from now on.
Okay, I'm gonna make that a goal. I'm gonna tweet him now and just be like, "Hey, want to be on the podcast?
Well, you want to be on a really unknown podcast? That's what we should do. We should just fucking flood like all the famous people we know. We'll just flood their inboxes with like, can you please come on our podcast and make us feel like we're adequate human beings who don't deserve to die?
Laux,
Yes.
are you okay?
No.
No, I'm not. Yeah, we're gonna get him on here. Just watch. It'll happen. One day. Someday. It's gonna happen. Cool stuff. Big stuff happening. This is all I gotta say.
Nothing happens anymore. We're just a trunk of rock.
Do you think if we got Adam Driver on here, he could force choke me?
Why do you want him to do that specifically to you?
So I can come?
Maybe we should.
All right, that's the Casual Panic podcast. Thank you guys for
Jeez. Oh my goodness. What, Jason? Did you have some other topics you want to talk about?
I mean, yeah.
Please say yes.
Use your words.
I am struggling here.
I can tell. Oh, here. What about the beta we just tried playing?
Oh yeah, what's that game again?
Oh, Bleeding Edge. What the fuck?
Bleeding Edge. Yeah.
There you go.
I
didn't talk about that yet.
So how is that? I haven't actually seen much about it. I saw a short clip.
It feels like close quarters MOBA.
It's third person, right? But how does the camera work? Because I saw like on a video, it looked like the camera was kind of independent of where your character's facing.
Yes, you just control it like you would any other third person. Like the right stick controls your view, and you just have to change it.
Oh, so if you're using the left stick, your
left stick is to move around, and then
so you can move toward the camera, but the camera won't turn unless you explicitly move it.
It's third person.
Yes.
Yes, but in some third person games, if you move in a direction,
Yeah.
the camera will automatically go behind your character.
Yeah,
Oh.
it doesn't follow you in this one.
Yeah, no.
I would say it reminds me a bit of Battleborn. We used to play that.
That's what I thought. Like
it's got the MOBA
mostly
feel.
melee combat.
Well, not necessarily. There's ranged characters too. It's just
Yeah.
It seems like the current meta that was going on inside the beta was just there were better melee people to use. I kept using this guy that was like a snake that was also controlling like a almost that looked like a voodoo zombie body, that's how crazy this game is with the character design.
Is that beta still going on right now?
I think it just ended. It was for the weekend.
Okay.
But it was fun. I mean, it's a Microsoft Studio game. It's got a crazy world of characters, so it's like going for that whole like every character is super weird and crazy. It's this very weird sci-fi-ish but not fully sci-fi set of characters. There's a character that feels like Genji. There's one that kind of feels like Lucio from Overwatch a little bit, but not really at all, just the way they made him look. It's fun. Like you either try to collect what is it you're collecting in the game? Just like these
power.
Little canisters?
Just like power cells,
canisters? Yeah, power cells, and you want to put them on points. Like it's got like ABC, and some of the maps, the points actually like move around and stuff. And then
so it's like domination, or do you have to, if you capture them, do you win it straight up?
So there's two different modes we played in the beta. There is a domination mode where for like a minute there's 1 point you have to capture out of like A, B, and C. So it's like, oh, it's at A, and then maybe the next round would be like it's at B and C.
So like a King of the Hill or something, kind of.
Sort of. And the goal is you just want to gather the most points over time. And so, like, if there's 2 points going on, if your team already has more points, you might just try to push 1 point and just guard it because you'll stay ahead of the other team.
Yeah.
Then the power cell one is like you're trying to collect power cells for one phase, and then it goes to another phase where you have to go to one of the objectives and turn in the power cells without getting like attacked. And whoever gets the most power cells or combined with more kills will win the game.
Yeah.
But you can get killed and get the power cells taken from you if you don't turn them in beforehand.
Okay.
So it's fun. As I said, it feels like a close quarters MOBA because there's no extra like fighting little mini bosses to kind of help you in the battle. You're just fighting the other team. It's a 4v4.
Okay, so there aren't any creeps.
No creeps at all.
Gotcha.
That's why it feels very small, close quarters, small scale. But it's fun. I was enjoying it. There's obviously people that have already learned who the annoying characters are, so I found some of the rounds are really tough, and the team communication is very important because I'd be a healer, and if I got focused, all of a sudden no one's going to be able to stay alive. Like when we lost one person, the other three were usually very much in trouble. So it varied quite a bit. So I don't know. Jason, what'd you think?
You said most of what I was going to say.
All right, cool.
I was trying to like put my input in, but I thought it was really fun. I just like you said, it's very team focused, and for a game that's as silly as it is with like the characters and whatever plot they're going behind. I mean, yeah, it's don't let the silliness fool you. It is definitely a game that requires strategic planning and good communication. I mean, as you boot up the game, the developers literally tell you, like, by the way, this game really requires a lot of good communication, and we're turning on game audio, like, by default or whatever, which most games do, so, like, it's whatever. But, like, I compare this game, like, I haven't played Battleborn or a whole lot of MOBAs before. I think I played Smite once, ever. But I compare it more to Overwatch, which maybe it's a bad comparison. But, in Overwatch, there are times where you can, quote unquote, carry a little bit. Not so much. I mean, it's still very much a team-focused game. And if you don't have a healer and a tank, etc. But in this game, it's like if you do not have a good team comp and if you do not have all of your team members present during a fight, you're screwed. Like, it's like you said, Duffy, like, even if one of us was down, it's so crippling and it's so difficult to actually be able to survive. To me, also, though, it is still a beta. There are balancing issues. I mean, we already know what the most overpowered characters are. To me, almost, it almost seems like almost all the characters have a bit of OP-ness to them that kind of fuck with the balance.
Thanks, Laux.
Oh, penis. Oh, man. Oh, that's great. I'm a little drunk.
Continue, Jason.
Because, like, if I run through the characters, I mean, I like to play as the girl Gizmo, which she's a damage output. And when I originally started playing, I mean, I still think she's a very valuable attacker. But it's like, when you play the other characters and you start to learn them, like, everyone's kind of useful. but it's almost like they're almost all OP. Like there's almost like, I don't know, and that goes against the whole term behind over OP, because one character would be overpowered, more powerful than the other characters, but I don't know.
I would say when the team comp is good, all of a sudden your characters all seem very overpowered.
Yeah, okay,
that's
that would be
like we've destroyed teams, and we've also gotten rocked by people, and we had the same characters as them, but they just were doing it right and timing it right. So like I used a guy called Kulev or something, and it was like literally like this sci-fi thing of like he's this robotic snake that used to be some English doctor that was really obsessed with voodoo. All of a sudden he's this like robot snake that's controlling a body, and he was a healer. So I had this whole area of effect healing ability. I had like a way to like curse people and also empower my teammates. And when I can make someone like basically extra powerful and deal crazy damage while I'm healing them. And so when we timed it right, we were destroying people.
Yeah.
But then there'd be moments where it's like I jump in and all of a sudden two of them are just doing this melee on me. And all of a sudden I just get killed within seconds. And then everyone ends up being like, wait, what just happened? Why didn't you tell us you got hit? And I'm like, I was dead before I even knew it.
Well, that's the thing that I've noticed is it's like, and most of the time when we're losing, and it's so hard to really, break apart what happens in those scenarios, because it's like, you're like, I'm playing as like Gizmo, I'm doing damage. And so like what I try and do is I try and focus the healer, or at the very minimum, focus what the tank is focusing, or something like that. But it seems like there are times where it's like I can't get those final hits on that healer, and it's as you were saying, like the other team has such a better composition than us that they're playing the right characters to stop me from being able to take out the healer, and then I get focused, and then I'm dead, and then it's etc. So yeah, I will say as final words on Bleeding Edge, I really like the game. I think it has a lot of potential. I think that, it not being released at the same time as like Overwatch, like what happened with Battleborn, will help it, because it's this new IP, definitely a different kind of, aesthetic to it.
So I just off top, I just Googled Battleborn. The game's going away next year, like forever.
Yeah, they announced that they were going to remove it, which surprised a ton of people.
That's insane.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought it was a good game. It just came out at the wrong time.
Right.
Like it was between that and Overwatch happened to just beat it out.
Well, that's the thing. That's what I'm saying about.
Okay.
That's the thing I'm saying about Bleeding Edge. It's like right now, like I can't think of any new games quite like it that are coming out soon, so it might have a chance to survive. And the fact that it's a Microsoft product and it'll be released on Game Pass, I think will give it that longevity that it might be able to survive in this gaming ecosystem. I don't know. I had a lot of fun with it. I love the silliness behind it. I'm all for it. It was good. It was a really good game.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I think it's definitely, as I said, what made it fun for me. I don't mind playing MOBAs, but I'm not as invested in them as other people. This one was nice because it felt like it bridged that gap for me, where you could still do decent just playing with your friends, but you didn't have to do this crazy attack plan of getting the creeps to work and unlocking other things on the map so you could then get your abilities ready. It was just, here's the abilities you have. They have a cooldown. Just use them whenever and help your three other teammates. So it created a little bit more of an ease when using it. And I think that's what also made stuff like Overwatch beat Battleborn, because the two looked very similar in the way they played, aside from the fact that Battleborn had more MOBA-esque qualities added to it. And so it works. I thought it was fun. It was one of those games that when you're doing really well, you know it, but you also really can tell when you hate how bad you're doing. It was really clear. So that was really
It was
tough.
very hard to do comebacks in that game too. It seems like as the other team, there was almost like a threshold. I don't know. There's moments in Overwatch and stuff where it's you've been losing really bad, but you're able to hold them back at the last point. Whereas in this game, it's if they're already a certain number of points ahead of you, you might as well throw in the towel, just because it's like it just seems like there's no way to come back in that.
A lot of games like that have surrender mechanics, though.
Yeah.
Where if you know you're gonna lose, you can just be like, yeah, it's fine. We'll go play the next game.
Yeah, which hopefully they might add at some point, but it definitely was just one of those things where we had to kind of sit through it. We tried to fight them.
I think with betas they might not have those things, but if there is enough feedback, they'll be like, okay, yeah, we can add that into the game.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I think I have some high hopes for it. We'll see what happens. But yeah, that was about it. I didn't really have anything else big with that game. I was just like, yeah, it was a fun little beta. We'll see what happens with the full game. The fact
when does it actually come out? Do you know the release date?
2025. I have no idea.
2025? What is it called? Bleeding Edge?
Bleeding Edge.
It will come out on March 24th.
That's next month. What?
It sure is.
Yeah, that explains why they did
You're
the beta.
so good at telling time. You're so good with calendars, Jason.
Shut up.
I'm so proud of you.
Okay, but the last time there was a beta this early before a game came out was like Fallout 76.
And Anthem.
And Anthem, yes. So it's like, oh no.
Okay, were there any like big issues with the beta besides like maybe some minor gameplay tweaks?
Just some balancing. I mean, honestly,
but you were able to play the game, right?
Yeah.
There was no like you couldn't even play the fucking game.
True. Yeah, there were no like crazy, but at least I didn't have any bugs. I don't know about you, Duffy, but I didn't have any.
It felt fine to me. I also like the fact that one of the developers working on it is Ninja Theory.
Mm-hmm.
So I like them and what they've worked on, and the fact that they partnered with Microsoft, I think, is
Ninja. Please,
are they the one that made Hellblade?
It is. Yeah, they are.
That is such a different game.
Like I need to finish the first one.
It's a good game. It's definitely one that makes you
loved
think
it so far. Stuff. It's one of those things where like I start playing a game and I have a really good time playing it, and then I stop for a while and then I don't want to go back to it because I don't want to finish it. Like I don't want it to be over.
Or like you forgot how to play the game.
That's usually what happens.
I mean, yeah, but like, there's a lot of times where I'm like, because you know that feeling when you play a game that you really love, or like you read a book that's amazing, and then you finish it, and then you have to be like, wow, I'm never gonna experience that for the first time ever again,
dude. So the most intense version of that I've gone through is I have yet to do the final battle in Breath of the Wild. Because I'm just like, there's more I can do.
Oh, it's super underwhelming. Just do it.
I don't want to.
The last boss fight is not the best. That's like one of the least.
Did you get the true ending, Hoda?
I think so.
Okay.
Do you mean by doing all of the
like the memories
divine
and
beasts?
Stuff like that? Oh.
What?
Did you get all of Link's memories?
No.
And I don't think you may have gotten not the true ending, but the final ending, I guess.
Doesn't Zelda just say something different to you at the end?
There's another cutscene.
I think I've probably seen it.
No, I won't be sleeping with you in this one.
That's one of the
Link's
things about Zelda is that it's
old.
never explicitly said that Zelda and Link are like a thing, but it's also just implicit.
Well,
I think there was one game. I think Skyward Sword. It was more obvious than the other games.
Mm-hmm.
But there are some games where Zelda's like, "Yo, fuck this guy. What the fuck is he doing?"
It's like Link has these like I remember in Ocarina of Time, there was the Zora girl that was really into him, and she basically said, "You have to promise me that you'll like marry me when we're older," or something like that. I was like, when I was little, I was like, "You're a fish." Like I was like, "What?" Like, what's going on?
It's like every anime main character, like every single girl is like in fucking love with them for no reason. Because in Zelda, like in Ocarina of Time, it was Ruda,
Ruda, yeah.
It was Ruda, Malon, and then like implicitly Zelda, who were all into Link.
Freaking and Saria.
Oh yeah, Saria, yeah. I say Saria. I'm not even sure how you pronounce her name.
I've
I
always
say
said
Saria.
Yeah.
Some people say Saria. Some people say Saria.
Yeah, I don't know.
Although Saria's song is my favorite song out of Ocarina of Time.
Okay.
How does it go?
Bitch.
Well, that's not how it goes.
Do you remember? Did
Yes,
you
it
ever play
is.
Majora's Mask?
I have it on my 3DS, but I haven't finished it.
So I loved the Majora's Mask. How you could there's a feature in the game where you can make your own song, and it's actually super
God.
useful because. So do you remember like those scarecrow dudes from Ocarina of Time?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
they're in the game, but they're useful in this game
So
because
it's EA Sports. It's in the game.
Jesus.
what was I saying? But it's useful in this game because you can. I
Scarecrows.
think you can call. Oh wait, you can do that. No, wait a minute. You can do that in Ocarina of Time too.
You can't make your own song.
In Ocarina of Time, you can. Yeah.
No, I mean the only thing you could do is play the Song of Time backwards.
No, that's in Majora's Mask. In Ocarina of Time, you can make your own song. I think I'm getting my games mixed up, but in Ocarina of Time, if you go to the Scarecrow dude and you make a song, that song will be the song that you play, and then and occasionally there will be certain points where you can actually have him come out of the ground, and then he becomes a hookshot spot, and he can get you over to places quicker or
I
secrets
have
and stuff like
not.
that.
I've played Ocarina of Time so many times. I have it on my original N64 in my living room, and I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
I swear. Right at
I believe you,
at
but I'm gonna
Lake Hylia, I think.
I'm gonna Google it later.
Yeah.
I do not know. That is my only input.
Zelda.
Zelda.
I can't wait for the second game to come out for Breath of the Wild.
I just want that co-op. We've talked about it already, but I just
My
want that
food's
co-op.
gonna be here in 1 minute, boys.
Did you bring any for us?
No, you want to wrap it up, or do you want me to just fucking yeet?
I'm always up for a good yeet.
What?
All right, let's go ahead and yeet this episode into an ending.
All right, let's yeet the shit into the abyss.
Yeah, well, thanks for joining us, everyone, on this not as organized episode, but still hopefully fun to listen to.
It's because we're casual and we're panicking.
Yeah, we keep it casual, you know.
We panic.
Yeah.
Casual.
I gotta feed my dogs.
Well, don't do that yet. You just gotta wait.
I'm gonna when I get my food, I'm gonna feed them too. We're gonna eat together
when
as a
I
family.
say I have to end the episode.
All right, go
before you
ahead,
can leave.
Dad.
I don't know if I want to now.
You are the leader of the casual panic. It's Duffy and friends.
You know,
Dick.
I put that. I changed that on later stuff. It was my.
Mhm.
We're talking about a YouTube episode. Everybody the first one put out. It was my perspective, and it was the only recording we had, so that's what I put.
Huh.
Suck my dick, Lokes. Thanks for listening, everybody. You can find us at casualpanic.com or on our Facebook page, Casual Panic, and on other social handles. We go by its_casual panic. Make sure to check out our YouTube channel because we just started doing a weekly video, and we also put this podcast on there as well. And yeah, feel free to check out other stuff we have. If you ever want to see us play certain games or talk about certain topics, hit us up, and we might do that. I'm not making promises, but maybe we will.
I
Who knows?
promise you everything. My food's here. Goodbye, everybody. I love you so much.
All right, bye everyone.
Love you. Bye.